So we did hoisting in JavaScript yesterday. This is the URL I shared in the chat, which you can go through the nodes. Hoisting means if I have the variable and if I have a function, and when I run the JavaScript, what will happen? All the variables and the function will be moved to the top of the code, and then whatever you run, it will run after that. So if I have created variable and function, all that will be moved to the top of the page or top of the JavaScript code before it starts to execute the JavaScript. And that process is called the hoisting. So this phenomenon is called hoisting, where variables and function are hoisted or moved to the top. So if I have the variable and the function, they will be moved to the top before other code, and it can be used all over the place in the JavaScript. And what is the real meaning of the move to top means what? Move to top means in reality this function and this variable is actually created in the memory space. So there will be a memory space created for the variables and the function, and this variable and function will be moved to that memory space. So in reality they are not actually moved to the top. In reality they are moved to the memory space of the browser, and it can be used available all over the script wherever you want to use it. So this is called the hoisting. So this is what we did. You can go through this code again. I did yesterday many times, so I will not repeat those things again. Okay, so this is the one thing which we did yesterday. Another thing which we did is this one. So JavaScript is a single threaded and synchronous. So what it means, synchronous means one at a time in order it appears. So JavaScript has code in it, and it will run the code line by line, one at a time. That is, synchronously it will run, and whatever you have written line 1, it will run first, second, third, fourth, it will run line by line. So that is the reason it is called synchronous. That is, only one thing is happening at a time. And it is a single threaded. Like in Java, you can have multi-threaded, you can run two code parallelly, but in JavaScript, you cannot do that. You have to run one thread of the code, and it is the only thread will be going on. So this is what we did, and this is the URL. I put it in the chat. You can go through it whenever you get time. Next, what we did yesterday. Okay, next we did is JavaScript is a case sensitive. Case sensitive means if we have capital var A equal to 1, and if I say var capital A equal to 1, both are different variable, both will take different memory space, and both are different. So they are not same. So you don't misunderstand that small a and capital A are same thing. They are different things. So JavaScript is a case sensitivity. Case sensitive. So you can also go through it whenever you want. Next, what we did yesterday, how to comment in JavaScript. So to do the single line comment, we use // but if you want to do multi-line comment, then you have to do /* and end with */. Whatever you write between these two words will be the comment, and it will not be executed, and user will not see it running on the page. So this is what we did in the commenting part yesterday. So I just revised what we did yesterday. Now let's move to the new topic today, and we'll see the new topic today. Okay, so today we are going to see the data types, JavaScript data types. Now what kind of data types we have in JavaScript? So one of the category of data types which we have is primitive types, and another which we have is composite type. So in the primitive type, we are going to see first data type is called as numbers. So numbers will be like this. For example, I will say var age equal to 26. And then I will say var weight equal to 25.7. Though this second case is the floating number, but the data type is considered as a number only for both of this. Whether it's a integer or floating type, the data type is number. Now we'll see this in the console how it looks. So I'll say var age equal to 26. Now if I say type of age, when I say type of age, what it's showing? It is showing the number. Okay, so to know that data type, we can use type of, and we will put the variable name, so it is showing the number. So let's write down. I can say type of age, and I can also say type of weight. So let's do and create this weight one and see what data type we have. Var weight equal to 25.7, for example, and when I say type of weight is number. So both of them is number. Okay, though I created this as a floating point and I created this as an integer, but both data type is considered as a number in both the cases. Okay, so this is here we are getting number, and here also we are getting number. So this is the one of the data type which we have in the primitive type. And let's go with the second one, and this is called the strings. So in the strings, we can say var first name is equal to, for example, Jack, and I can also say var last name equal to Bauer. Okay. So this is, since this is a string, we always wrap it in the double quote, or we can also wrap it in the single quote, or we can also wrap it in the backtick. So there is a backtick adjacent to the one number. I can use that backtick also, or I can use single quote, or I can use double quote. In Java, they always use the double quote, and single quote gives error. But in JavaScript, we have all these three types. You can use anything, whichever you want. And now if I say type of first name, it will give string. And if I say type of last name, it will also give string. So let's try this. So I'll say var first name equal to Jack, and I will say type of first name, it's saying string. And second, I will create var last name equal to Bauer, and I'll say type of last name, it is string. So this is the string is another data type, and we can use backtick, single quotation, or double quotation. Either of this is fine. Then there is a third type of data type that is called as boolean. So boolean is kind of true or false. Okay, so I can say var z equal to true, or I can say var y equal to false. And if I say type of z, then I'll get boolean. When I say type of y, it will say boolean. So let's try this one, boolean. I'll say var z equal to true, var y equal to true, and then I'll say type of z, it's saying boolean, and type of y, it's saying boolean. So this is another data type. So there are a couple of more data types. The fourth one is called null. Null in reality is the object, but it has no value in it. So it is kind of object. So if I see the data type of null, it will give me object, though object is a different data type. But null is a special type of object where object does not have any value in it. So if I say, for example, var a equal to null, and I will say type of a, it is saying object. Though it has the value of null, and null is an object which has no value in it. So though I am putting here as a data type, but in reality it is object and it has no value in it. So null is kind of object, but we put as a data type also as a null. Next is undefined. So undefined is another data type. So if I say create var address without giving any value, I'm not giving any value to this one. Since I'm not giving value, if I say type of address, it is saying undefined. So this data type is called undefined. So these few data types are only in the JavaScript, not in other languages. So we have undefined as a type of data type. Okay. So for example, whenever you create a variable without any value, it will give the default value of undefined, and the type will be undefined. Or we can also create a function. For example, I will say var x equal to a function, but I will not return anything from the function. I will not return. So what will be happen? X is a function, but if I say type of x, okay, not like this one. 1 second. Okay, so if I run this one, sorry, not the creation of the function, but for example, if I run this function y equal to x, if I run this function, type of y will be undefined because we are not returning anything from the x. Since x is created as a function, so the type of x is a function, but when I execute or invoke the x and assign it to y, 1 second. Okay, so since I execute the x and the value, whatever return value is there, it is assigned to y. And since I'm not returning anything in the y, so it is returning undefined to the y. So when I say type of y, it is saying undefined. But if I say type of x, it is saying function, because function is also a kind of data type in JavaScript. Okay, now let's go few other types. Okay, so let's go some composite types of data types. One of them is called as object. So object is nothing but the key value pair. It's a key value pair. So if I want to create object, I can create var obj. I can put any name, x or y or anything. Right now I'm saying obj to represent object. And here I have to start with the curly bracket and end with the curly bracket. And inside this curly bracket, I have to create key value pair. For example, I will say name, Tony, age. So it's a key value pair. You can write any key and any value in it, 34, 43. And I can say address. So address can, okay, let's talk address later. So object is nothing but a key value pair, where key is something which whatever you want you can put, and the value can be any of this data type. You can put number, you can put string, you can put boolean, you can put null. Undefined is automatically given by JavaScript. You can put another object, you can put array, you can put function. So this value can be anything. It can be any of this data type. So object is nothing but the key value pair, and where you can put value based on what you want and you name whatever you want. So I can also create address, and I can create another object in it with curly bracket, and in that I can say, again I can give the key value pair like city, Fremont, state, California, country, USA. So whatever you want you can put. So since I created this object with the name and the value pair, name and the value pair, name and the value pair. But here in the address I created another object. Since I created object should always have a name and a value pair. Here we have name and object value, name and the value, name and the value. All these are string because I put in a single quote or double quote or backtick. So this object is another data type where we create key value pairs. Next data type in the composite is called as array. So this array, okay, so this array is nothing but many times you might have learned array. It's kind of values with zero, with a kind of 0 number, 1 number, 2 number, 3, like it goes from 0 to infinite, and you can assign at 0 number what you want, at 1 number what you want. So array is kind of a value set of values. So for example, to create the array, I will say var names equal to, and array start with rectangular bracket, ends with the rectangular bracket, and in the rectangular bracket you can put anything. You can put string, you can put integer, number, you can put object, you can put another array, you can put anything in that. So for example, in the first position I am putting 1, in the second position I am putting 2. Okay, so like this we can create the array. Or since it is a name, I can also say at the first position I can say Tony, at the second position I can say Jack, and in the third position I can say Mike. So remember that when we create array, we can create empty array like this also, like this. But we can create an array with the default values in it, and we have this value, this value, this value. Remember the position of this value is 0. Position of this value is 0. And position of this value is 1. And position of this value is 2. So the position is incremented with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this it incremented. So when I want to call this Tony name, I can also say names, and I can put rectangular bracket, and inside that I can say 0. When I say names of 0, that means I am calling this Tony. When I say names of 1, then I am calling this Jack. And when I say names of 2, I am calling this Mike. So this is the array. Let's create this array here, and we'll also see the object. So I will say var names equal to Tony, Jack, and what you call as Mike. Now if I say names, I see all three are there. But if I want one of them, I will say names of 0, it's saying Tony. If I say names of 1, it is saying Jack. If I say names of 2, it is saying Mike. So like this we call the array. We will be doing a lot of array in the future lectures. This is only the beginning, and we have to do a lot of array manipulation in our class. So just remember, this is only the very basic 0 step. We have to go many things in the array. So let's create object also, var obj equal to. Here I can create key value pairs like name, Tony, and I can say age 43, So object is created. If I see obj, you will see the object is there. And if I want to access the name, I can say obj dot name. So we can say dot name, and I can access this name. I can also say obj dot age, and I can access this age. So this is also the basic of the object, and we have to do lot of things in the object. So this is only the initial beginning of the object, where we just say how create object and how to access the object. So here we don't access with object dot zero, because zero is not there. We have to access with the key property, object dot key. That is name, age is here. Okay, so this is of the object. Okay, so this is all about the data types. I can also, if I create, I can also add function in this data type. Though function is an object, but we can also consider function as another data type. For example, I create a function a, and when I say data type of a, it's a function. Okay, so it's a function. Data type is a function, but function can be used as a function, and it can also be used as an object. So we will see how it can be used as an object in the future class, but right now consider it as a function only. Okay, now what will happen if we mix the data type? Okay, that thing, let's do few minutes more. Okay, because I have to give exercise also today. Now tell me, I have variable x equal to 16. Okay, before running this one, I will just want to show you the concatenation. Now, for example, if I have variable x equal to hello, and we have variable y equal to world, and I want to mix both the value, I have to concatenate both the values. So how I will write it? Var z equal to x plus, I will give empty space, and then I give plus, and then I give y. So z will be hello world. So what I am doing, I am taking the first variable x, and I am concatenating with empty space, and then again I am concatenating with y. So to concatenate two variables, we always use plus sign in the JavaScript. So whenever I want to concatenate two pieces together, I want to write hello world together, but hello is present in the x variable, world is present in the y variable, then I will always use the plus sign to concatenate both the values. And remember, both are a string here. But what will happen if you concatenate different, different types, like number with the string? So that thing we'll do tomorrow. Concatenation of different types. Now I want to give one problem, and you have to. Okay, there are a couple of exercises. I will do it now, and you have to tell me the answer for each one. So I will write down the variable, and then you have to tell me whether it's a string, number, boolean, object, or array. Okay, so you have to put in the chat. As soon as you see, you have to put in the chat. A is equal to hello world. Is it a string, number, array? Okay, string, right. So let's go with the second one. Var b equal to 26. What is this? Number. Yes, let's do this. Var z equal to true. What is this? It's a boolean, right? Everybody is writing correctly. Var e equal to, I will write down like this. What is this? Okay, this is array, correct. And after this, there is one more exercise. Var g equal to, like this, empty one, empty curly bracket. It's an object. I can put values also. but right now I just create empty, only one person. Okay, object. Okay, let's go one more. Okay, var h equal to function. So what is this one? Okay, so what is this one? H equal to function. It's a function. So I have told the function can be used as a function also. It can be used as a data type object also. But how to use that object, we'll see later. Right now it's a function only. Now I have one more exercise for you, and that problem is like this. Okay, I will write down the problem. You have to do it and just type it in the chat section once you are done. So the problem is like this. Assign the following to a different letter from alphabet. So just you don't put var x. So you have to put your name. You can use var name equal to whatever name you have, your age, you like beer. So what kind of data type you have to think. With this, what type of data type we will create? What type of data type we will create? What type of data type we will create? Your address, what type of data type you will create? Your hobbies. So I want the answer. This is related to you. So think about your hobbies, your address, whether you like beer or not, your age and name. I want you create the variable name and the value, and in the bracket or somewhere you put the data type, what data type it is. So just do it, and once you're done, put it in the chat. Okay, sorry, I was in mute. So I'm just giving the example. One of the example is var name equal to my name, and I will put in the bracket or somewhere that it is string. No one will use late or constant. You have to use var while creating the variable name. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Anand has created, but I don't see curly bracket in the object. Okay, how is address street? Yeah, correct. Hobbies. How is correct? I told you don't put late or constant. Ali has put constant for this class, and he has only created object one. I just told you you have to create different variable name. Okay, yes, string. It's a number. So data type is number, not int. So just change to number. Like beer, false, boolean is correct. Address, don't remember. Okay, so address, you need to put object for the address, and for hobbies you have to create something, some value. Just don't remember. I don't know what is don't remember. If you don't remember, okay, you press too soon enter. Okay. Okay, maybe you write it in notepad and then paste it once you're done. Okay, so don't use later constant. Okay, Nikhil name, Nikhil age, 21 number, it's right. Boolean address is correct. Object hobbies game correct. Yeah, so this is something I expect. This is correct. Yeah, for the Nikhil, what is the data type you are putting it? So when you're learning basic JavaScript, never try to use let or constant now. Just concentrate on the var. We will learn let and constant when we will do ES6 class, when we will work on the ES6 version of JavaScript, then we will see let and constant, not now. Okay, one more thing I want to tell is that you have created var name as a string. So in many programming language, when you create something string, you cannot change it to integer, but in JavaScript, you can change to integer also. So next time you can also say name equal to true. You are changing it to boolean, or you can say name equal to 26, 36, 35. So initially you define it as a string, but you change it to boolean here, then you change it to number here. That's fine, totally fine. So JavaScript will handle it nicely. So it's okay for the JavaScript to handle it. Okay. So that's all for today. Do you have any questions on data type? Okay, now I will give you I will paste the notes for the data type. Whatever we did today, you can go through that notes. I give you the link here. I will put it on the chat also, Telegram chat, and you go through it. Tomorrow we'll do some new thing. Thank you very much. Yeah, yes, she's writing now. Yeah, this is correct. Hobbies, right. City, okay. Yeah, this is what I expect. Okay, so let's meet tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.